It's me, it's JUB, here with my second video in my Resident Evil 7 full story breakdown. Now, without further ado, I'm just gonna get into the video. So, enjoy. I'm picking right back up from last time. Ethan is at the table. The family have left for now. Only other person at the table was this old woman, who Ethan has not acknowledged, or any of the other family. After escaping the chair, Ethan's only left to wander the house. He finds everything from secret hatches, to garages, to Jack Baker himself. The key to the hatch was right behind Jack, so Ethan swings around him, takes the key, and then manages to escape with his life. For now. After jumping through the hatch, Ethan is in some kind of basement. After a little bit of wandering through the basement, he seems to find his way out into some kind of washing room, where the phone starts to ring.
You did good, Ethan.
Zoe, right? What the fuck are you?
Shut up and listen if you want to stay alive. You gotta get out of that house. There might be a way out through the main hall.
All right.
Oh, and that thing on your wrist is a codex. Don't lose it. It's important.
That once again was Zoe, the girl that saved Ethan last time, and by fixing his hand and giving him this weird watch which she calls a codex. This watch seems to track his health and take phone calls. After more wandering through the house, Ethan finds photos of the family before they went crazy. They seem to have been a normal family before with no problems that they have now. What could have happened to them? However though, Ethan starts hearing a bang at the window.
Hey you! Hey!
Hey, you gotta help me.
Hold on, back up. Now, sir, do you live here? I mean, is this your property?
What? Me? No. No.
All right. Now, we got several calls about some missing persons lately.
You don't understand. I gotta get out of here.
Calm down.
You're not listening to me. There are crazy people in this house trying to fucking kill me.
Well, all right. Let me tell you this. You don't exactly seem like you're playing with a full deck yourself, all right?
Are you kidding me?
Look, like I said, we've had several missing persons calls. And I can't rule out that an outsider like yourself may not be involved.
All right. I'll tell you whatever you want.
All right. Now, that's more like it. Now,
Look, officer.
deputy.
Right. Deputy. Now, do you want to see my name in the obituaries? Or do you want to be a hero and save my life? A fucking pocket knife?
Here. Take it. That's all you're gonna get. Now go. Garage. Now.
Yes, Ethan, unfortunately, you're only going to be getting a knife.
What am I going to do with a knife?
And unfortunately, I'm not the great jigsaw killer who can complete the whole game by just using a knife and make it look easy. Ethan obeys the officer's command and goes down to the garage like he said.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now first you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
Now it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
You're not gonna believe me if I told you.
Try me. Hey, put that door back up. Put
Wait.
that door back up. What
Yes, you just saw that right. Jack Baker just killed the cop with a fucking shovel. Now one of Ethan's only chances of survival is gone. And it is time for Ethan to fight Jack Baker.
Let's finish this, you and I.
And after a perilous fight, Ethan had managed to kill Jack Baker. Or not, because he is back once again, ready for more action, for one last stand. And once again, Ethan managed to kill Jack Baker. And once again, Jack Baker is back up. But now, he is dead for good. After defeating Jack Baker, Ethan goes upstairs to find the medallion that he needed for the door. After opening the door, Ethan had found his way to the main hall. The main hall in Resident Evil 7 sort of works as a hub to each location. It's got a door which leads to pretty much every area in the game, and one of the areas that we spend the most time in. Now I'm gonna say now, in this part of the video, there might be a bit more skipping around the gameplay sections, because I can't really just talk about like shooting an enemy over and over again. I'm gonna be going more over the actual story bits. So if you've also played the game and you're noticing a lot of details I might not be talking about, that's because I'm just sort of going over the important stuff. But I'm going to be going over most of that stuff anyway. Now I apologise because I actually realised in the gameplay I failed to show, but as you can see here, I've zoomed up on it really closely. There is a door which leads to outside with 3 dog heads. Now we have to get all 3 of those dog heads to open that door to go outside, like Zoe told us to do. So basically the next little bit of the game is about you trying to find all 3 dog heads. After roaming around the mansion, Ethan finds everything from the old woman just sitting there randomly again, Marguerite Baker having a stroll around the house, and a bathtub. After draining this bathtub, Ethan finds a wooden structure which he can use for something downstairs. Now this next part, I'm going to have to blame PlayStation for, because there's a glitch which has been on Share Factory and PlayStation for a while where randomly parts of your clip will get cut out, which is what happened here. And I checked, I've got no save data bits of the game which are anywhere near this section, so I can't exactly replay it. I haven't got time to replay the whole game again, so it's randomly going to cut to Jack Baker strangling me.
Heck of a thing, ain't it? Sure shit beats the hell out of dying. My little girl has given us a gift.
Anyway, after Jack Baker manages to come back to life once again, Ethan knows he has to get the fuck out of there, which he does. After using the wooden structure for the puzzle, Ethan manages to open it, which leads him to a new area of the house. And once again guys, I'm going to have to apologise because it's going to randomly cut to something without the cutscene before this. Same thing as last time. It's really annoying, but basically Ethan gets attacked by this. Now this is a mole. They act as the main enemies of this game that run around the mansion. These are from all the mold and stuff you've seen around the house, and basically these are just creatures of the mold which want you dead, and they're not very nice. This is going to be one of the parts where I just kind of go over the important bits that happen and skip over a lot of the gameplay since there isn't really too much to talk about. But basically, you have to find one of the dog heads and you're down in the basement. While you're going through this basement, every corner you're getting attacked by molds that want you dead. Eventually, after going through the basement enough, you'll find a morgue sort of room, which I always thought was weird why the family would have a morgue here anyway. Like, it's kind of random, because you gotta remember, like, this family wasn't always crazy psychos like this. But basically, in this room is like a puzzle involving where the bodies are kept. Eventually you'll open the right one, which will give you the dissection room key, and have a mold that wants you dead. After killing that mold, you'll be able to get the key, and you'll be able to head over to the dissection room. Now, again, there is stuff that happens in between you getting to the dissection room, but I can't really go over it because it's just you getting attacked by molds. And I can't really just like keep saying like, oh, here comes a mold trying to kill you again. So I'm just going to skip over most of this. But after a little bit of wandering through the rooms of all the molds, you see the dog head, but as soon as you go to pick it up, Jack Baker takes it back and starts talking to himself.
Father. Now she says he will be her father. No. I will find him, and I will make him suffer. And you, my friend, will help me.
After getting to the room that Jack Baker is in, still finding that the dog head is not there, you will notice this dead body on the wall. If you take a closer look at this dead body and the damages to the head in particular, you can actually tell that this is Officer Helpful, the police officer we saw earlier, who was indeed very helpful.
Hey, put that door back up! Put that door back up! What are you doing?
After leaving the room of the dead officer, you will look to your left and you will notice the dog head just sitting there. I guess you can just pick it up. Seems easy. But you would be wrong, cause Jack is back.
You ain't getting away.
And Jack was right. We weren't gonna be able to escape. We were gonna have to fight. And after an intense fight of shooting, kicking, and a fucking chainsaw fight, Ethan has somehow managed to defeat Jack Baker. And this time, hopefully, finally kill him. After breaking the door down and a hell of a lot of backtracking, we finally got back to the door which leads to outside and added one of 3 dog heads. This next part isn't really relevant to the story, but I acquire a shotgun just by finding the broken one in the room and replacing the broken one with the fixed one over here so I can leave this room. It's not really relevant to the story, but I thought I'd mention it just so you guys don't be like, hey, where the fuck did you get a shotgun from? However, this next part is very relevant to the main story. After going up to the floor where we were a little while back now, you'll find a book in the corner. After picking this book up and opening it, you'll find the second dog head. Although, they're not really numbered, the dog heads, but I'm just going to call this the second one because it's the second one I found. You simply pick this up, take it back to the door, and boom, 2 out of 3 dog heads, 1 more to go. Now for the third and final dog head, I'm going to have to call my technical issues because once again, it didn't save the clip of me picking this one up. Now, this one isn't really too important, I can tell you what happens. Basically, you find a pendulum, you put it in the clock, it comes out. Like, it's not like a massive like gameplay thing, like where there's like cutscenes and shit. You just find it in the big 5 o'clock, and you get it, and then here you go, you finally get to go outside. And now it was time to go down to the mysterious caravan we'd seen from the balcony earlier and possibly meet Zoe. After going in the caravan, you'll find everything from a fridge to strange bird boxes of items inside of them and Zoe's bra. Oh yes. Anyway, after you put your dicks back in your pants, you'll pick up the phone call and talk to Zoe.
You made it. You're the first I've ever seen make it this far.
So what is it you need me to do? Is it gonna help me get out of here?
Yes. Now listen carefully, Ethan. My family and our bodies are contaminated. I can't leave the property unless I get it out. And the same goes for Mia.
Is there a way to get it out?
We need the serum. It should clear whatever this stuff is out of the body. As long as you're not too far gone.
All right. So where is it?
If I knew where one was, I'd already be long gone. But I have a feeling my mother has hidden some inside the old house somewhere.
So if we get this thing, I can help Mia and we can get out of here?
Right. And so can I. The old house is near the water. You can't miss it.
All right.
I just hope you can handle my mother.
Your mother?
Be careful. They'll be looking for you.
So, a few things to pick up from that conversation, which did really give quite a bit of information. So the first bit she mentions is, obviously they're infected. Like, them doing all this crazy shit, of course they weren't just crazy. Like, they'd been infected by, whatever's making them like this. And obviously the same thing happened to Mia, which explains why she suddenly goes insane and tries to kill you multiple times. So that's that, and she also mentions that we need to get the rest of the serum to stop this, and we need to find it. And she said it's with her mother, and we met her mother before, and she did really seem like a nice woman. Something else I want to mention, she did also point out if they're not too far gone. So that means that if they're too far into the disease or infection, whatever you want to call it, there's no turning back. But with Mia, because it started early, there still could be hope. And now it was time for Ethan to go over to the guest house so he could find the serum to cure Mia. But the guest house is possibly the most terrifying part of the whole game. As you go into the guest house, you'll see why it's possibly the most terrifying part of the whole game. There are horrible bugs all over the walls, horrible flies in these nests, and creepy messages written on the walls for you to see. After wandering the house a little bit, you'll find a staircase that leads down to a basement, and after you go through the door, you'll see a familiar face.
No more bullshit, Mia. I want some answers.
I know, you're right, and I always wanted to tell you, but I can only remember a little, and the rest is just gone.
Daddy, right? You mind if I borrow Mommy for a little bit? Why don't you stand there? Do something!
Ethan, help!
Damn it.
If you couldn't remember who that was Lucas Baker, who we saw earlier in the game, the son of Jack and Margaret Baker. He'll come back again later in the story, but right now he just took me away after she was trying to give us an explanation to everything that's been happening. So Ethan is going to have to go back on his hunt to try and find Mia, and still find the cure. Hey guys, quick side note, nothing too important, but some more clips did randomly disappear. I don't think they saved properly or something, but luckily I was able to replay some of the game, since I'd already started replaying it again for this part and some of the other parts. You may notice I have some new weapons, like a chainsaw and like a new gun. This might show up a few more times in the video for when clips disappear like this, but that's just because they're just unlockable items you unlock for completing the game. So you didn't miss anything. Nothing got cut out of me picking these weapons up or something. You just get them from completing the game on different difficulties. But anyway, back onto the video. After that, Ethan goes upstairs again so we can go on his search for the cure. However, as he's going up, he opens a door to a nasty surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, Marguerite Baker, mother of the Baker family. Now after you get the horrible surprise, you have two options. You have to either fight Marguerite Baker to get her off you for a little while, or run to the room you have to get to with Marguerite Baker chasing you. Because in my gameplay, I had a fucking chainsaw. You know what I did. Anyway, once you get to this room, you'll get the strange structure you found earlier, put it on the shadow puzzle, which opens a secret entrance behind these doors. After you go through the secret entrance with all the bugs and whatever around here, Some more gameplay things happen, which I'm just going to talk over because there's not really important to the main story. Basically, you find a crank which lets you open some bridges. After you go through these bridges, you'll find a little hut. This little hut, you'll find the crow key which you need to open the door back where we like sort of started. And then you'll go to open that door.
Stay out of here! All right, you little cocksucker! Let's get...
Now, I bet you were not expecting that to happen. So now you have to fight Marguerite in a short boss battle where she'll send down flies and stuff like that to attack you, while you have to fight the flies and her off. Eventually, after you've shot her enough, she'll tumble down the ladder, which leaves Ethan a chance to get up. As he gets up, you open the crow door and you find the serum. Well, the ingredients to the serum.
I think that's it.
Well, did you find a serum?
I just got done dealing with your mom and her fucking bugs. Wish you could have warned me.
Sorry about that. What about the serum?
I haven't found any, but I did find out we need to make one. A D-series head and an arm. This can't be right.
A head? I think I have that around here somewhere.
You do?
I don't know about the arm, though. Have you searched the whole house?
No, not yet. I still need to check the second floor here.
All right. Check it out. Meet me at the trailer if you find it.
So now we know how to make the serum. We need the D-series head and the D-series arm. Zoe apparently has a D-series head, like she said, but we need to explore the rest of the house with the D-series arm. When Ethan finds the door which is suspected that he's meant to go through, he sees there's some sort of balancing mechanism with one lantern. And now tell me, who was the only other person to have a lantern? Yep. Well, it can't be too hard. We already killed her, so we just gotta take it off her body. I mean, we saw it before down there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, it looks like Marguerite managed to survive and managed to get her lantern back, so now we can't open the door. So it's time to get it back. As you go through the caves there, you can see that Marguerite is changed. It's some sort of spider creature.
That's special.
Eventually, after climbing the ladder, you'll get to the surface where you'll find another part of the Baker Mansion. After going inside the Baker Mansion, having a little look around, you'll go up a flight of stairs.
Don't you worry none!
Bet you weren't expecting that. You now have to fight Marguerite Baker again, but now with some half spider, half human monstrosity.
Found you in the end? No use in doing that, none. I have you.
And eventually, you'll manage to kill her.
Fucking stay dead, okay?
And then when she dives, she leaves the lantern that you needed, and now all you have to do is go take it back to the balancing thing. You can already tell something here isn't right.
day away.
After going through that terrifying child's room, you'll end up finding some sort of toy house with a letter in there indicating a secret room in the middle of the door. After you find the secret door, you'll find what looks like a dead child with the D-series hands attached to it.
Oh, God. I guess this is it.
Time to return this to Zoe. But wait, did you see that? Two little legs from what looks like a little girl. We haven't seen a little girl around this mansion. Come to think of it, whose room is this? Why would there be a little girl's room in this mansion when we've clearly seen that none of the family in this house are like little children? This is really odd. Anyway, after seeing this little girl, you'll go outside to find the little girl's not there. Was she a figment of Ethan's imagination? Who knows? Anyway, basically, you gotta go back the way you came, but now there are some mods in the way. And after you defeat all these mods, you get to the telephone, where you get another call from Zoe.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it. Are we really gonna be able to make serum with this thing?
It'll be fine. After we make it, we can get out of here. Together. I'll be waiting for you in the trailer.
Alright.
Now that Ethan had finally made it to the caravan, it's time for him to meet Zoe, but she wasn't there. However, the phone started to ring.
Now where the hell are you? You know, never mind. We only need the head, and you've got it. And this is gonna help me and you, right?
Hey, buddy. I thought you should know. I decided that Zoe needed a timeout. She and Mia are here with me. And they're keeping each other company.
Just let them both go! What do you need them for?
Nah, that's family business, Ethan. It's not your concern, understand? Now, if you want the head, feel free to come by any time and I'll give it to you. But only if you participate in a little, activity I put together. Just for you.
What activity?
Oh, I know you're excited, but don't worry. It's not going anywhere. First step I need you to take, partner, is for you to take a peek inside the fridge in the trailer there.
Fuck you!
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. You want to have some fun, don't you? Now, look in the fridge.
Well, it looks like Lucas has managed to kidnap Zoe and Mia. But let's look in the fridge. Ah, I see what he meant by pig. As you turn the severed head around, you'll find a piece of paper which shows you to go to the dissection room, which is where we were earlier when we were sort of with Jack. However, as you're walking on the dissection room, you find the old woman again. What was she doing? Was she watching us? Did the family put her here? She never talks, so we don't know anything about her. She doesn't seem to be a threat to us. I wonder who she could be. Anyway, once you get to the dissection room, you'll find the pig that Lucas was talking about. It's Officer Helpful, the cop who we saw earlier that got killed by Jack Baker, who didn't really help us that much. And now it looks like Lucas wants us to stick our hand right inside of him to get the key that we need. Well, Ethan's got to do it.
Sorry, buddy.
And there it is, the snake key.
That pretty little thing will help you find the 2 key cards you're gonna need to join the party we're having over here. You gotta earn your way, Ethan.
So now it looks like we have to get 2 key cards. After a little section, we have to run away and kill some molds. You'll manage to open the door with a snake key, and you'll find a little puzzle to find a way into a basement, where you will find the first key card.
Oh my God.
So after you get that key card, you'll use the snake key again to a door you saw earlier, to what I believe is Lucas's childhood bedroom. Now, there are some letters around the room. Usually I don't read all the letters, but I think the letters in Lucas's room really give you a lot of story that you don't really know. So I'm going to read all these out. Mummy took me to the hospital in town. They took a photo of my head with a weird machine. Then Mummy bought me a 259-piece puzzle from the toy store. Stupid Oliver keeps teasing me. You're a crazy head. I lied to Oliver. I told him to come over to my birthday party, then shut him in the attic from outside by remote control. He kept crying, "Let me out, Lucas." I changed the remote control so stupid Zoe can't just go in the attic. I melted it with one of my inventor contest trophies. Now she'll never find it. Oliver stopped his yelling, but sometimes I hear knocking from above. It really stinks, and some weird juice is dripping from the ceiling. Anyway, since I had the time, I changed the remote control trophy again. Now, it'll be shiny, even at night. Now those letters give you quite a lot of information. So let's start off with the elephant in the room here. Lucas obviously killed somebody back when he was a child, who was the same age as him possibly, a kid called Oliver. He mentioned how he locked him up in the basement and trapped him in there until he died. Now, another interesting thing was, the first letter he read mentioned that he got his brain scanned, maybe saying that he's got something wrong with his head, like he's mentally ill or something. And that brings me on to the second interesting part. So, judging from what we know, the rest of the family seem to have turned like this. Because Zoe mentioned how they were just her normal family, and then one day went completely insane. But judging by this, it looked like Lucas was already insane even as a kid. So anyway, back on track. Eventually you'll find a way into Lucas's attic, which is where he supposedly left Oliver to die. However, going up there, you won't find a dead child, because that wouldn't be particularly nice. However, you do find a tape and one of those shadow puzzles. We'll get to the tape in a minute, but after doing the shadow puzzle, you'll manage to open it, which will give you the second key card. So let's take a look at this tape.
You, my friend. You are one lucky son of a bitch. You know, I actually envy you. What? You don't believe me? This short? Well, you can't fake this. It has taken me weeks to finish this, and it is finally ready. And it's all for you. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. It's gonna be fun. Just you wait.
So first of all, a few things I wanted to mention. If you look in the top left of that little loading screen, you'll know that this is Clancy. Clancy was the character from earlier who we played as in the first videotape, where we were the cameraman in that little Ghost Adventures crew and got attacked. Obviously we saw that Andre died, however it looks like Clancy had survived, but I'm not sure for how much longer. Moving back to the videotape, we can see that Lucas had locked Clancy in here with nothing but a sinister clown and a candle.
I've called in the game. I'd really like to make it out of this room alive and not die a horrible, painful death. I know. It's a temp title. Take a candle, light it, and put it on the cake. And remember to smile. This party is for you.
Fuck you!
So now you have to play Lucas's sick little game. So you have to do a puzzle which basically just hurts Clancy a shit ton, puts him for a crap ton of pain, and basically the goal of this puzzle is for you to get this birthday candle lit and on the cake. So after doing everything and managing to finally figure out how to do this, you manage to put the birthday cake candle on the cake. However, this happens. Even though Clancy did everything that Lucas told him to do, had to go through all that pain and fear, Lucas decided to kill him anyway.
Oh. Ooh. Happy birthday!
So fast forwarding forward, after you get both keycards, you'll find your way to the party that Lucas was referring to. As you can see, he's decorated the place with lights, music and spray paint everywhere, and after you go in, it looks like he's left you a little message.
Ethan. Ethan, hold on. I got some for you. Looky what I've got. You know what this is for? You know what Zoe wants to do with this? She thinks this thing is special. No, Ethan. That ain't special. This right here is special. You see, Ethan, not everybody wants to turn back the clock. What? What, Evelyn? I'm just trying to show him. Not everybody wants to go back to how things were. There's a stupid bitch. She doesn't understand that I don't want to go back to how things were before my father found y'all. Now everybody wants to turn back the clock. So Ethan, you can crawl around underneath that filthy, rotten house all you want looking for them ingredients, but you ain't gonna find a goddamn thing, Ethan. You'll need that serum? Ooh, baby. You're gonna have to come through me. You hear? Now, come on, Ethan. What do you say?
Fuck!
So a few things to touch on there. First of all, Lucas has the D-Series head, the thing that we need to make the serum, and he doesn't want us to have it back because he doesn't want us to make the serum, because he wants everything to stay the way it is, because he gets these strange regeneration powers. And as I mentioned earlier, this thing that's taken over the family seems to have corrupted all their minds, but as I mentioned, Lucas was already crazy, so it seems to have done nothing to his mind, but it's giving him all the powers. Like the sort of regeneration, I guess it is. The second thing to mention is, Lucas mentioned someone in the background called Evelyn. We have no idea who Evelyn is. That's not the mother's name, because obviously that's Marguerite, and we haven't seen Evelyn around the house. He also mentions that his father found her, but that still doesn't tell us who she is. Anyway, after the TV explodes, the door opens and you're able to explore around the testing area. As you're going around here, there's many booby traps all set by Lucas, and he even taunts you. After managing to survive all of Lucas's traps, you'll find a door with a dial on it.
I know. Fucking password, right? Why don't you try 514? Oh, come on. Take a chance. You never know. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
No matter what you put in it, that would have happened. But not that, that was just me being an idiot walking into a fucking explosive. Anyway, after the password doesn't work, this other little door will open, leading you onto a new area. Now this next area is a lot of just general gameplay. You get in a fight with a lot of molds and stuff like that. But eventually you find a battery, and then you have to put this battery into another piece, which you do. Which causes this to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the bonfire!
Yep, and you have to fight 2 fat molds. Bearing in mind, usually when you're playing this on any other difficulty other than Madhouse difficulty, there'll only be 1 mold, but I'm just gonna carry on. Basically, you manage to kill both the molds, nothing too special, you just shoot them a bunch, which lets you go to the lift, which lets you go to the next area. Eventually, after the lift gets to the top, you'll find a burnt corpse with a letter on it. This letter tells you the code you need for the door back where Lucas was. And if you didn't already notice, this burnt corpse is Clancy. Now, if you couldn't remember who Clancy was a character we saw right at the beginning as a cameraman, and then we saw right in Lucas's birthday footage, which is where he obviously got burnt, and this is him confirming he did not survive. Anyway, after you get the code off of Clancy's dead body, you'll take it down to the door so you can get through. However, before you get through, Lucas will mention that you need to put all of your weapons in the chest because we're doing a competition.
No, buddy, this is a test of skills, so no cheating. That shit you're carrying, get rid of it.
Well, looks like it was time to play Lucas's sick game.
Have a nice day.
Now, if you pay attention, this room we're in is the same room we saw Clancy in on the tape, and we saw happen to Clancy. The room was rigged for him to die. However, if we actually pay attention to the video, we notice that when he puts the candle on, the whole room seems to set on fire because there was already some sort of flammable liquid on the floor. Now, if we don't undo the, I guess, alcohol or whatever it was, it won't make the whole room burn. So that is what Ethan decides to do.
Motherfucker! You're supposed to die!
And just like I said, Ethan managed to stop the fire. A bomb was also dropped on him, but Ethan manages to chuck the bomb in the wall, leaving it to explode safely.
That was supposed to be for you, goddammit!
And there it was, the D-Series head. Now we have what we needed to to finally make the serum to cure Mia.
Finally.
However, not just the D-series head was what Ethan found.
Mia! Mia!
She's alive.
Who are you? Where are you?
We're just beyond the pier, outside that room. Hurry.
Well now, Ethan.
The fuck do you want?
You? Dead? Guess that's not in the cards. Not yet.
Lucky me. Look, unless you have any more surprises up your sleeve, I suggest you...
Now that would be telling, Ethan. And I don't do
And now,
spoilers.
it was finally time for Ethan to end this nightmare. Well, next time. And that is the end of the second video. I hope you all really enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed making it. I love this game so much, and being able to replay it and get all these like clips to record and then talk about it is just awesome. I'm happy everyone really enjoyed the last video as well. I know it was a little gap in between the videos, but I wanted to make sure I'd done everything perfect. Now, halfway in between making this video, the Resident Evil 8 gameplay and trailer came out, and I did a reaction video of that. So if you want to watch that, that's on my channel, in the link in the description. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed watching, thanks a lot for watching, and part 3 should be coming out soon.